than making them that way.
Well, unless he's manic depressive, I mean, he might be manic depressive, and you can go either way on that. I mean, you can be mostly manic, mostly depressive, but
Well, he's manic right now.
yeah, he's obviously going through a manic episode. It's either generated by some imbalance in his body or drugs or something.
I don't know. Hey, Joe, do you have anything that you can take for this? Maybe you could take something to bring you down a little bit. Donate pills. Are you too stupid to actually carry on a conversation? Well, I don't know anything about Madison County and don't care.
It's up here north of me.
And I sure as hell don't give a shit. So he can talk all he wants to about Madison County. I'm going to talk over top of it. Well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'm just wondering if you don't have some pills that you can take to get rid of this manic.
There are free medical services out there for the mentally ill, Joe.
Yeah, you could probably go to the county health services and see what was wrong with you.
No, there's help out there for you.
Just somebody do him a favor and take some of the recordings to your local health department and let them listen to this guy, and maybe they can get him some help.
I don't know, but you would think that anybody that listened to his rantings and ravings would come up with a conclusion pretty quick that there's something wrong with him.
Well, it doesn't take much to come up with that.
No, there's definitely something wrong with him. That's the reason why he's by himself. I mean, who would want to live with a screwball?
Another thing I could say, he said he gave an attorney down here $1,000 retainer to come after me. Well, you obviously don't live in Florida because $1,000 won't do it.
Oh, he don't no more have $1,000 than the man in the moon.
Well, that's what I mean. He thinks that's a big sum of money, but I mean, for what he's trying to do, number one, you're never ever going to be. Oh well, if you pay cash, you're a real idiot. What a moron!
I've got $1,000 in my pocket most of the time, but it don't mean I'm rich by any stretch.
Yeah, well,
Away, you ignorant bastard, Joe.
looks like we're the ones doing the talking.
Yeah, that's kind of curious that we're wiping your dumb ass out. Yeah, dum. Poor old Joe porked his own children.
Joe.
Here, 100%.
Joe.
So I don't own anything. I owe money on everything. I'm in debt to my eyebrows.
Yep, I'm $2 million in debt.
Yeah, I'll never be able to. Who cares? I'm gonna die before you. What difference does it make? After I'm dead, it doesn't matter.
Yep, I owe at least $2 million on everything I got. So.
Well, at least a good thing. Good thing is I'm going to be able to, if I fork it, able to get a bunch of antennas and make payments on them so I can wipe your ass out on ham radio.
That's right. Once you fall dead, it don't really make a crap what you got. Poor old Joe porked his own children. That's really wrong. Yeah. Poor old Joe porking his own children. That's just wrong.
He's going to wake up in the morning and say, man, them boys put a whipping on me.
Anyway, no, he was a large black man, actually. Yeah, he called caught his wife in bed with a large black man, and he just didn't like it.
Was he tall?
I don't know. How tall was he, Joe?
No, he did like it because he bent over the bed and said, "Do me next."
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I wonder, when the large black man porked Joe, you reckon he used any Vaseline or KY or just did it dry?
Well, probably just whatever. He might spit on it or something.
Yeah, that's what happened to old Joe. That's the reason why he's incontinent. Yeah, poor old Joe. I wonder what his favorite kind of diaper is, or wonder what his kind of Depends he uses.
What's going to be really sad is one of these days he is actually truly going to come across somebody more crazy than him on this ham radio.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's why he's not on CB.
Well, maybe he'll show up in Dalton this weekend.
Oh, he won't.
I don't.
If he is, if he does, you won't know he's there.
I don't have anything against Joe at all. I mean, if I met him, he wouldn't make any more difference to me than meeting anybody I'd ever seen. I don't give a shit about him one way or the other.
Well, the FCC came in town because, there was a man and a woman. She was married. They were on the CB, and she started screwing some other guy on the CB, and those dumbasses were out in the mobile somewhere together, and her husband tracked them down and killed them both.
Oh,
that was on CB radio, over CB radio, and
M4AH.
WA4WM. Then the FCC actually came in town and did something.
I can't imagine anybody caring enough about Joe to even shoot him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's on ham radio. If he's on a CB radio, you got some real crazies on there.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, why don't you shut up a little while and let the guy play music so we can zero in on him? Because you're obviously, you got too weak a signal, you're not quirming anybody, so why don't you shut the hell up and let the quirmer that plays music so we can see where he's at. You're too weak and you're too stupid to be a quirmer. If there's some guys in here that's actually got a signal, you're just not one of them.
The farmer. Is there a farmer on here?
Is that your dog? Why don't you go butt screw your dog and maybe he'll shut up.
Hey, Joe, besides owing a lot of money, I have toenail fungus, too.
Yeah, I got that, too. All my toenails is falling off. And I got fungus of the pecker.
Yeah, I had to get circumcised later because after I got out of prison, I found out, that throwing all them guys in the ass like Joe, they ended up causing a fungus to grow up under the skin. So I had to get circumcised as a man. That was not any fun at all.
Yeah, I actually circumcised myself. That poor old Joe, I don't know. I guess if you get all that crap stuck up underneath that foreskin, it probably is a problem.
He would be the prison bitch.
He was. Can you imagine him being in jail? Hell, his butt would be so wide open, every time the wind blew, he'd whistle. Poor old Joe, his old butthole whistles every time the wind blows. Poor old Joe.
What's that noise like blowing in a Coke bottle?
Yeah. I wonder, can you wear a pair of underwear for more than 4 or 5 hours without getting a brown spot in the bottom of them? I don't know. I'm just curious about you. I mean, I know you porked your own children, so I know your dad porked you, so I don't know exactly what that's like. Oh yeah, I am fascinated because I think you're the only man that I have ever known that porked his own children and got porked by his own father. So you're sort of
You keep it in the family.
yeah, you're sort of
a novelty.
Yeah, you're
was saying that kids are born gay. Is that the guy?
No, I don't think you were born gay. I think you're just gay.
I think everything you've done's a choice, Jeff.
Yeah, when you porked your own kids, I think you could have made a choice not to. But when your own father porked you, now I don't know about that. If he was a whole lot bigger than you are, you probably wasn't much you could have done about it. Poor old Joe.
You know what he's going to do? Now, tomorrow he's going to be telling everybody, he says, I was hanging with the guys on 27 last night.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, he's going to talk about how it whipped us.
Yeah.
On us, we lost.
He'll tell them guys. Once you get on in the daytime, 313.
I don't know. They were on 7200. 7200's pretty much went dead. And then Joe the other night said something about, well, that's because they were hanging up on 313. So, I mean, there just isn't much going on. I mean, unless you want to, I don't want to, like, sit here in front of the radio, but I turned one of them on, and let it run all day, just so that they, keep the caps going and all that. And when I take a break from whatever I'm doing, I'll come by and see what's going on. And lately, I've been tuning in up on 20 meters, and they've been up there basically going crazy about like this for a while, several hours.
Well, is there anybody out there that actually wants to talk to him?
Not that I can tell. It's always the same stuff. It's like scripted. It's just like this stuff here. It's just always the same stuff. And it always centers around one person, another, or 3 or 4 people.
So there's actually nobody that really wants to carry on a conversation with him?
That's what I can figure, because I think there's times when Donnie wants to talk to him, and he turns around and he turns against Donnie the same as he does here. He makes comments about him that other times Donnie refers to him like he's a friend, and he's some kind of really intelligent person, and then Joe turns around and just berates him. Something terrible.
Well, only ones of those guys that I know are Joe Feliciano and Donnie. That's the only 2 of them that I know.
Yeah.
I don't know
like Nashville Todd and stuff like that, but that was from the old days,
She was hitting 75% of the clay burn after 3 shots. I mean, the math doesn't work.
Hey, see how he bounces?
What in the hell are we talking about now?
Oh, he's talking about my wife being able to do really well at sporting clays when his wife run his dumb ass off. So I don't know what he's getting at.
I don't know.
Your wife run your ass off. Your wife has got a restraining order against you, and your children have a restraining order against you. So what does that say about you? I mean, you're just you're a foul ball. You're a damn dumbass. You're a worthless piece of shit.
Come in and listen to how Joe's talking about you. And it might be, she might want to listen up, and next time she goes on vacation with her girlfriend, you never know what might happen.
I don't know.
Tell me what Joe's call sign is. Go ahead.
His present call sign, I think, is AC1DD. Is that right?
Yeah.
Double dumbass.
I'm sort of flattered that he's infatuated with me. But I think I'm probably not the first man he's been infatuated with. Yeah, I know. You've probably been infatuated with men all your life, and that's the reason why you're incontinent right now. Yeah, I know. You're incontinent, and your poor old butthole won't close back up because it's been forked so many times, but that's not much I can do about it. At least I got a wife. Yeah, at least I've got a wife, and she didn't run off with a large black man to get rid of your dumb ass.
And before you know it, she was breaking all the...
I bet you that guy riding his wife got 3 shots in before he ever even got there.
Yeah.
They probably aren't even his
How many
kids.
shots
That's
did
what the
that
real
big black
problem
man
is.
get into your wife before you found out about it? But you reckon you think your wife? You think that large black man took it to? You think your wife took it up the butt with him? I don't know. I'm thinking that's probably pretty likely.
I think personally, really, the whole issue is he found out that they're not really even his kids.
Well, they're probably not. Did they come out real black and curly-headed?
And, that's what drove him crazy. That's why he abused his children, abused his wife.
Yeah,
and then, now that's why they have a restraining order against him. Probably because they're living a happy life with their real father.
Well, as long as they don't have to deal with him, I mean, how could their life not be happier? Now, you're talking about your butt being stretched? Now, how did your butt get stretched again?
He said practice, practice, practice.
Well, he said that he was talking about his butt getting stretched, and I don't know about what North Carolina's got to do with getting your butt stretched.
Oh, he was saying there's no grizzly bears in North Carolina. He doesn't know about you going out to Montana and all them hunting trips you used to make years ago.
Oh, yeah, well, I thought he was just worried about his butt getting stretched. And
no, this guy doesn't know anything.
Yeah. He got his own butt stretched, and then he stretched his own kid's butt, so I guess that's just a thing. Stretching is just something in him.
That's from having his head up his ass.
Poor old Joe getting his old butt stretched by a large black man, and that was after he had already stretched your wife, so yeah, well, I can see how that would be bothersome.
No, it didn't bother him. It's like I said, he'd bent over the bed and said, "I'm next."
Yeah. I wonder if they had a threesome between the large black man and him and his wife. You can if you want to. Hell, I don't care. But I was thinking more about your wife getting their butt stretched by that large black man. The one that had your kids, the ones that you thought were your kids, but they turned out black. I understand. I know it's got to be bothersome to you for your kids to come out black, and you're sitting there scratching your head and thinking, "How could this be?" It is. It is what it is. Let me ask you this: did your kids take the last name Italiano, or did they take their father's name?
Jamar.
Did your kids take your name or their father's name? And did they take your name or their father's name? I'm just curious.
I think you're gonna cause him to have a stroke.
I hope he don't have a stroke. Don't have a stroke, Joe. Go take a pill. Take a Xanax or something. I mean, I know your kids are black and you can't help it, and your butt's stretched, and your kid's butt's just stretched, but it ain't my fault. Yeah, well, what's your kid's last name? Kuta Kinte. What are your children's last names?